awful thing for the US. And I'll tell you, I live between Italy and I live between the US. And through that, I've learned how different the food is between Italy, Europe, and America. These are two Fantas. This over here, Italian. This over here, American. They are both the orange Fanta. What's the difference? This is the color orange. This one has 12% real orange juice. If they isolate the US even more than it is currently, we are not even going to have access to things like the Trader Joe's. This pasta is from Italy. There is one ingredient here. There are many different ingredients in the pasta that we get in the US. The stuff that we get that is imported has a few ingredients. All of the stuff in the US, if you look at chocolate or anything, the US food is crap. Here is coffee. This is the Italian version. Did you know that the coffee that is in the US, they're allowed to have more mold in it? The standards in the US are terrible. They allow a bunch of chemicals that they don't allow in Europe. And so we can do things like shop at Trader Joe's right now, get international food, and while it's a bit more expensive, it is not twice as much. And we know how much groceries are. So if we isolate ourselves, here's another example. This is Frutella. These are Italian gummies. Real fruit juice, real coloring, natural. I just saw an article that was saying Haribo manufactures in the US as well. But did you know that if you buy Haribo gummies in the US, it's made with crap ingredients, lots of fake ingredients, whereas if you were to buy the same Haribo in Germany made for the Germans, it's actually has natural ingredients. So if we create the US as an even more isolated island, we won't have even the opportunity to get food or even know that there's a difference. This is extremely dangerous. And the Kennedy RFK, that was the one hope that at least our food could improve. But this is going to make it so much worse. So if you care about having access to somewhat reasonable food that's higher quality, this is not a good sign, because already the food in Italy is so much better than in the US, and people don't even know the difference. This has something like 4 ingredients. In the US, we're so used to seeing like 40 ingredients. This is very bad news for our health and our eating. This is very bad news.
I go to college in the Netherlands, and every time I come back to the US, I have to see a nutritionist because my stomach is in shambles. So I want to talk about the 2 biggest differences I've noticed between the food in the Netherlands and the food in the US. Number 1 is not talked about enough. When you go to a grocery store in the US, you have like sugar-free yogurt, sugar-free candy. You have all of these substitutes that seem like the healthier option, but it's actually just extremely processed and hard for your stomach to digest. No wonder you can't find these alternatives in Europe. Number 2, the supermarkets in the US have so many options. If you go to a cereal aisle in the US, you're gonna have like 40 different cereals to choose from. And when you go to the cereal aisle in Europe, you have like 5 different cereals, because half of the ingredients that are in the cereals in the US are just